Hello and welcome back to another episode of the news you missed. Today's episode is going to be covering Bethesda's sloppy port of Doom onto the Nintendo Switch, and there's a lot of news and a lot of negativity associated with it. Before we get into that, I just wanted to apologize for my absence. I've been working a lot of hours, and I'd like to encourage you to support me on Patreon. Patreon is a great way to support me directly so that I don't have to get sponsors on here to continue my content. Working a lot of 16s prevents me from producing content, but it supplements my income, therefore I can survive and still do YouTube. But if I get a lot of patron support, that means I can make more content here and work less. So it works out in your favor as people who watch my content. With that out of the way, we should continue right into the story, and I want to talk about how Bethesda has botched Doom. Doom! A very simple game that can literally run on anything. As a joke, people have made it run on like computerized systems where they have GPS navigation built into their cars, but instead are able to play Doom on it. And people have gotten it to run on that tiny little Mac bar on a Mac laptop. It's pretty crazy the things that you can get Doom to run on. It definitely doesn't necessarily look as pretty as it would on an old computer, but hey, it's still Doom and it's still running. And it's running without asking you to connect to the internet. Yeah, so Bethesda has stated that they are changing the requirement for online, and the release was actually a mistake. It seems pretty simple. You should be voluntarily able to sign in and do things like check leaderboards, download content, things like that, if you want to. But apparently the version they released was a version where you were forced to sign online to actually play the entire game. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, that's just one common mistake, and even though it makes them look extremely inept, it's just a mistake, right? Oh no, there's more. Listen, there's a person on Twitter, well, I shouldn't just say one because there's multiple people, who've taken screenshots of Doom and they see trial version on the bottom right hand corner. And what does this mean? It means that this is an unlicensed version of Unity. That's right, the Doom version you're running has an unlicensed version of Unity from a multi-million-dollar company like Bethesda. What else do I have to show you here, honestly, to show how terrible of a company Bethesda has become? It wasn't so long ago that you couldn't even review a game without mentioning if it doesn't have a game-breaking glitch, and most people overlooked that. They accepted that as a potential possibility because this was the new age of gaming. The Xbox 360 days where we have auto sign-in, auto saves, connected to accounts. This was a new age of gaming, and everybody accepted a few losses here and there. A glitch here that might lock up the game, but overall, the game was pretty playable. Nowadays, you have something like that that's unacceptable. And here we have Bethesda not allowing you to even play your game unless you're signed online, with a Nintendo Switch portable console that cannot sign online as if it were some type of cell phone that consistently has signal. This is a Wi-Fi only device. Therefore, this blunder makes it so the entirely purpose of the device being able to just switch it up and take it with you mobily is not going to happen. You can't do that. You can't play your game anymore because they have to release a patch to fix the game to allow you to play the game offline. It would seem that they would be able to do this within seconds. They could literally call down to one of the engineers, one of the developers, and say, hey, look, I need you to literally just patch in no check for online. And it's done. Finished. There should never be a statement that, oh, we're working on it. It should be, we fixed it immediately because we were idiots. And then to have a trial version watermark show up on your game, wow, you must feel really bad. I would expect that from some 2-bit developer who's not even known, working out of his basement of his own home on the side while he has a job. Not a multi-million-dollar company. But then there's also something to take into account as well, as these licenses transfer over to different companies. As companies buy out these licenses to re-release these old games, you have to understand also that if there happened to be another company who made the same type of game with some really cool extra content, for example, the Doom version that was released for Xbox Live containing an extra episode that is only available through those type of developers, that might be lost forever because of this this digital content license transferring age. That means that game that you once had or once were able to purchase, and the only way to play through those episodes would be to get that game. But if you did not happen to purchase it or were not able to re-download it in time before the license transfer ended, before they delisted it, that means you'll never be able to play those episodes ever again. This is terrible for gaming overall in general. And I gotta tell you, from a company that released Fallout 76, I'm not at all surprised. I was just hoping that maybe they would make up for their mistakes and actually check their product before they released it. You know, somebody could have literally at Bethesda just grabbed the Nintendo Switch, said, hey, I'm gonna test this out. I'm gonna take it with me. We're gonna walk around for a bit and check the mobile aspect without not being connected to see if it works. But nobody did that. Because if you did, you obviously would have caught this. And then, hey, I'm gonna also take a screenshot to make sure nothing goes awry with this game. I'm gonna fully test this game. But no, they didn't. And here I am reporting the news for you. So this is a cautious word of warning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, before you dive headfirst into buying a product these days, especially from a very, very negative company like Bethesda, you might want to check a couple reviews, some tweets, a few news stories, and make sure you're going to actually get a product that you can play. I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to share and like it. I would really appreciate it if you dropped a comment down below. Do you think this is the worst Doom release? From a game that can run all the way back on the 16-bit SNES and Sega 32X, this game was even re-released on the Game Boy Advance. And even though those versions didn't necessarily look beautiful, the best, you could play them. And what's funny is on the Game Boy Advance, you could play them on the go. So there you have it. That's the story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to come back next time for another story, another news you missed. And as always, good gaming, God bless. And I'll see you next time.